ओम गायत्री महामंत्र साथ साथ कमर सीधी, दोनों हाथ गोदी में, बाएं नीचे दाएं ऊपर, ध्यान मुद्रा। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Today we are upon part number 15 of the ongoing series upon Gayatri Mahamantra under the Saturday Sattva. Gayatri Mahamantra, the Brahma Vidya of the omnipresent, omniscient, all pervasive that, which cannot be assigned any particular name except to be indicated. And we are upon the words, the letters of Gayatri Mahamantra. We have so far been able to cover Tat Savitur. Under the first part of the Gayatri Mahamantra, after its introduction, the introduction was Om Bhurbhuvah Swah. Now the first part is Tat Savitur Varenyam. We have already covered Tat under part number 13 and Savitu under part number 14. Today we come upon Varenyam. What is Varenyam? It has to be understood, and the letters of Varenyam we shall be covering in the next part of the episode, but today we just have to get on to the meaning of it and its connection with the contemplation that we have to undergo during the moments of the japa. That's very important. So, Varenya means it's about the excellence of the highest order, something you hold as the highest at the zenith. In Hindi and Sanskrit, we have a word which may not find an equivalent one, but yet that word is Shrestha, Shreshtham, excellence of the highest order. Nothing else can stand in comparison to that. It is it. That is Varana, Varenyam. Something of this kind which is held at the highest order must be now accepted. That is the connotation of the word which we deploy when we are into our own incantation, japa, the practice of japa. Now, coming down to this, how do we relate it with that Tat and Savitu? That and the blissful radiance, divine radiance. That divine blissful radiance is worthy enough for its acceptance in entirety without any binding, unconditionally. That is Tat, Savitu, is the divine blissful radiance, is worthy enough to be accepted or for its acceptance in entirety without any binding, without any condition, unconditionally. That's how the total three words cumulatively should manifest within us in the form of an experience. I will come down to that experience part while demonstrating a small piece of how do we experience connotation, how do we experience incantation within ourselves. At times we know that we, upon certain subjects, we start knowing about them. We also acknowledge, yes, that's good, yes, fair enough. But short of its acceptance or compliance, what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is that we have advanced toward the subject but have not given ourselves to the subject. We know about the subject, good. The second level is We have acknowledged the subject. Yes, that's good. I understand. Maybe it's about any subject or a person, whatever, maybe, or maybe object. I know about that. Yes, I know about that product. Yes, I know about the product. Yeah, no, I acknowledge that product is worthy enough, meaningful, no doubt about that. Have you purchased that? No, I haven't purchased it yet. So, what does it mean? I'm short of accomplishment. I know about it. I have acknowledged, accepted that, but short of accomplishment. When will accomplishment happen? When I buy that product and I start using that. That will be the accomplishment of the first part. How that product will perform, what shall be my feedback and experiences, is certainly going to follow. But the first ladder of accomplishment will not fructify unless I purchase that product. I'm taking a very worldly example in order to illustrate the essence of Varenium. Something that we know, we acknowledge, accept, and comply without any binding is Varenium. In one of our Upanishadic scripture, I'm now broadening the aspect now. One of the great exalted one by the name Maudgalya Brahmrishi was having a dialogue with another seeker and an exalted one by the name Maitreyi. Maitreyi is the name of a lady. So it was a dialogue transpiring between Maudgalya and Maitreyi. While they were talking about that, Maitreyi asked a question before Maudgalya Brahmrishi. She said, "Tell me, what is the Varenium of Savita? What is so worthy enough about this Savita, Savitu, the blissful divine effulgence, the divine radiance? What is so worthy about it?" So, in her words, it was, what is Varenium of Savita? Now, in other words, she was asking the purpose of accepting and taking it forward to the levels of accomplishment of the worthiness of highest order that we consider as Savita. So, why should we assign such a level of worthiness to Savita? What is the reason for that? Now, when the discussion was transpiring, the Brahmrishi Maudgalya answered to this another great exalted one, Maitreyi. Maitreyi, the worthiness of Savita is Ved and Chanda. This may sound slightly different to you. What is the worthiness of Savita? Ved and Chanda. They are the worthiness of Savita. That means they are the Varenium. Varenium means worthiness, the excellence of the highest order. Yes. Then she asked further, what is Ved? Ved means knowledge. Okay. Ved means knowledge. And what is Chand? You said the worthiness of Savita, the worthiness of the divine blissful radiance is Ved and Chanda. Now you answered Ved is knowledge. Okay. What is Chand? Experience. What? Experience. Experience of the knowledge. Earlier, the illustration was given to you of a product, of an object. Now we are talking about something which is knowledge. That was given you in a worldly parlance, so in order to easily connect with the essence of Varenium. The Chand means experience. Knowledge, unless experienced, is inconclusive. That is why we also bless the seekers while saying, go, cherish your knowledge. Cherish your knowledge means go and experience it. Fructify it to the extents that that knowledge pervades into you in its true form, because it is not something which has to be confined to an understanding limited to the ends of the brain. I know. No, not to that extent. I accept, okay, I acknowledge. No, not to that even. You have to become that. Anything short of becoming is not Varenium. That is why the Varenium of Savita, the worthiness of Savita, blissful radiance, is knowledge and experience. So, how do we, therefore, what happens is when the worthiness of this blissful radiance is experienced during Gayatri Japa, it's advised that when you are performing the japa, you must at the same time simultaneously contemplate upon the effulgence of the rising sun, the orange ball, or maybe the golden sun, whatever you want to contemplate upon. At the same time, over here, while your incantation is going on within yourself over here, incantation over here, silently, I'm just murmuring it down for you to understand that yes, the japa is ongoing. Whereas it is a silent act. It is going on somewhere over here, somewhere over here. While it's going on over here, another simultaneous act has to be performed of contemplation that we term as jap and dhyana. Jap of the mantra, dhyan of that blissful radiance right in the middle of the center of these eyebrows. So while the incantation is going on over here silently, the contemplation is going on over here of the effulgence of the sun. You see that round ball over here, and you're also doing incantation over here. So, what does it accomplish? A fusion of the sound energy and the energy of your contemplation, the power of your contemplation, of your concentration, of that emotion that you bear at that moment of time. So there is a fusion that goes on. And the knowledge and experience, they undergo a fusion, resulting resulting into the transmutation of the seeker, total transmutation of the seeker. Now imagine if without any wandering of the mind, without any wandering of the mind wanders. It's not easy to make the mind still. You know, I know. But if even for a small interlude of 1 minute, 60 seconds, it's huge. 60 seconds is not less. But even if you're able to experience that fusion of both the energies of the sound and your contemplation, which means that the chanting, the mantra, incantation, japa going on here, mm, and the effulgence over here, right over here, contemplation upon that round ball of light, both going on simultaneously, and you're absorbed into that. You're absorbed into that. You have been devoured into that, swallowed, immersed. Go on taking as many as words do you want to deploy, but the meaning is one. You're absolutely absorbed into that. What is going to happen? Wonder is going to happen. Wonder is going to happen. What is the kind of wonder? You will only realize once you perform and experience that. Unless you experience that, wonder, does it mean that I'll get certain astral powers or whatever? No, I do not mean to say astral powers exactly. They may be also a part of an outcome, maybe. I'm not saying that, I'm not emphasizing upon that, but I'm emphasizing upon the word wonder with an understanding that you yourself within yourself, at the end of the seat of your understanding, experience something very different. What do you experience? I don't have to talk about all those deliverables because enough has been already shared about them in the initial episodes upon Gayatri Mahamantra, and much more than what I've already shared with you in those episodes. Much more comes as an outcome. Experience that. I know the mind will wander. When you will be undergoing that incantation of Tata Savitur Varenyam, that blissful radiance is now morphed into me. I'm absorbing it. It's all over into me. Imagine that Savitur Varenyam. This observation is there into you, incantation going on simultaneously, both acts at the same time. Experience that. Next time when you sit for japa, whether you are able to perform silent japa or by murmuring, whatever, even if your mind wanders, try to steal, snatch somehow few interludes in between where you are able to experience that fusion, that oneness. Just experience that. If you will experience that, then certainly do write back to me on my email. Let me know how was that small experience. And at the same time, think if this small experience of a small interlude was this different, what would be the outcome if it is prolonged? That's enough for the day. In this session, I would not like to add anything more. We will talk about the letters of this mantra, this word, which is va, re, ni, yam. Va, re, ni, yam. The four letters. We'll talk about them in the next part, part number 16 under this ongoing series. Till then, ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है, ओम ही सत्य है.